Hi guys! It is day 27. We have been doing heaven on earth planning and talking about some success tips, some productivity hacks, and things of that nature. Hello, I'm Jamie, the J and JLOVES, where I share all the things that I love because maybe you will love it too, and sharing, of course, is caring. So, yeah, today I'm feeling a little like we need to have a chat. We need to have a chat today, as we are most days, every day. But today we have to have a chat about something that I'm not, 1000% prepared to talk fully about. And that's just because there's a lot. But just like all of the videos that I've been doing, I don't know what I'm talking about until a lot of times the day of, and that's okay, because we really do need to just learn to go with it and build it as we're flying it, right? But today we need to have an initial chat about money. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this video. I think what I'm gonna do is I have my phone and some screenshots, and I'm gonna show it here. Hopefully, I'll be editing it here. All right, so it all began early this morning when it began earlier than this, but I posted something on my Facebook, and it's right here, hopefully, there. And what this is a screenshot showing from the Webull app. It is an iPhone app, and they might have it on other platforms, I'm not sure, probably, but it's an iOS app, and they also have a desktop app. And Webull is basically where you can buy stocks and cryptocurrency for yourself, right? And so I got I won't say it's a tip, but I have a good friend named Narith Long, and I will put his information here and in the links below. And he mentioned in a group that he is an admin for, and that basically his mission is to help people with finances, to get growth and legacy and all these things. A fantastic human. I met him, Natalie and I met him when we went to Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. I think that was 2018. Absolutely life-changing, and just a fantastic guy, and just a sound guy, one who really his mission is to help people with money. And so I'll talk more about him in a minute. But anyway, I saw that he was sharing about something that's called, I guess, a short squeeze that happens with stocks. And that AMC is one of those, and so hence I needed to go and follow AMC, right? Now, I'm hesitant with this video because stocks and money and something is something that I am just now learning and getting to understand, and so I absolutely do, I want to share my experience and the things that I know, of course. But I will say that this chat is about having the discussion that we all need to take it seriously, money, and we need to equip ourselves. And these days, it's so great because we can equip ourselves quite a lot easier than before. It was just a lot easier with people like Narith and my other friend Tracy, Shen, who runs her group is called the Florin group, so floringroup.com. She's a holistic wealth advisor. So if we had people like Narith and Tracy, we have all of these apps that put stocks in our hands. We have YouTube with some of the most amazing sharers that keep us up to date on the news and stocks. This is the time for us to take control of money. But like I was saying, I'm hesitant because I just want to make it very clear that this is not my realm. This is something that I've had to do a lot of work on for myself. And, but I want to share, the processes that I've went through so that if you're going through it, you you can hear mine, and maybe you're, you know, I definitely felt alone. I felt like I didn't know who to talk to or how to even get started. And so it's good to know that there are, you know, that there are people that are coming out and are curious and are like, hey, what's going on with that? Because that's fantastic. That's the place that we need to be. Money should not be something that is off the table. We just grew up probably a certain way, but money is energy, and we should be free to talk about it, share with each other, because again, the more we share with each other, the more we help each other. That's our lives. That's how we're gonna feel the most fulfilled. That's how we're gonna grow together. And it's great, and that's why I'm doing JLOVES, and that's why I also encourage everybody really to share as much as possible. I really think everyone should have a YouTube channel. I honestly think everyone should be sharing a whole lot, but I'll get on to that more later. Okay, so the reason why I'm a little tired also today, a little low energy, is because when I got this tip about AMC, let me just show you this other screen. This was my AMC purchases on Webull. Now, we will talk about all of the different platforms in another video, because there's just so much to this topic. But what I want to do is give you an overview, maybe a little, or we'll have a little chat here. I want you to start researching and just thinking about it. But really, when it gets down to the different platforms and, you know, different discussions and topics, then I'm gonna see maybe if Narith can come on board with me, maybe do a video with me, or Tracy, so that you actually have an expert. I can always share the little information that I know, but they would probably be better suited to give you real answers. Okay, so anyway, but take a look at this. I want you to look at the first one here, 442. That is AM, okay? Because one of the things with Webull is that it allows you to trade after hours. So usually, I think the trading time window is 9:30 to 4, and so you can. But let me just start over. My experience with stocks before was like next to nothing. It was like I had a job and they talked to me about 401k, and they were going to contribute some if I contributed some, and then I was going to pick one of these plans, and oh, if I'm 25 or if I'm 45, this one's a good one, and they invest in different companies or stocks, and it's got a good growth return, and etc. And I'm just gonna put money in my paycheck every month, and then the company at that time, or the law firm at the time, matched it, and then, you know, it just grows, I guess. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. And that was my only experience with stocks, and that might be for some people's too. Well, with the rise of technology, which is one of the reasons why I love technology, is because it helps us. You know, I'm super passionate about technology, but it's actually because I'm super passionate about people and us, and I know how much technology can help us. And so that's ultimately what it is I'm really passionate about people. And so with these new technologies, they put stock buying in the palm of our hands. We can control it. It's not some 401k, I pick something and good luck to everything. When you have the control in your hands, you pick stocks and companies that you truly believe in. You do your own research, and or you work with a financial advisor to help you pick your stocks and all the other things that you can choose of what you want to invest in and what you believe your growth will be in. So I always think of Trading Places. I love that movie. But, you know, those aren't the days anymore where they're running around with tickets and who knows what the heck they're doing. I didn't even know what they're doing. They're screaming all over the place. I didn't make any sense of it. But now you can go on your phone and you can say, you know what, that Apple company, I like that Apple company. You know, maybe an Apple stock is, I don't know what it is, $140 or whatever. But, you know, what if I only have $30, right? Well, these apps and these brokerage accounts allow you to just say, well, I'll just get $30 worth, and it'll be whatever percent of a stock. So you don't even have to buy an entire Apple stock or a whole stock. You can buy $50 worth or $100 worth. And then if you think that the Apple stock is going to grow in 2-3 months and it's going to be worth, you know, 170, then you make that percentage, right? So that's how stocks work. And of course there's a ton of more information, but I'm just simplifying it from my own head. And so yeah, so that's basically what it is that you get to start picking them instead of just some 401k that you don't know what the heck is going on. And this makes a very interesting platform. And so Natalie and I started investing in our own stocks starting March. I knew that when the pandemic hit and the stock market crashed, or like a lot, you know, people got fearful and they pulled out, etc. I knew that that was going to be the time that I needed to really, really learn stocks, because that means that everything's on discount, really. And so we started in March and April, and we've just learned along the way, right? There's a lot to learn. And, you know, there's stocks, there's these options, there's, you know, option calls, there's cryptocurrency, right? We all hear about Bitcoin, ETH, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Ethereum, I'm not sure, Cardano, like all this stuff, right? Then there's all these apps, right? There's the M1, Robinhood, Webull, Binance. There is, you can even buy Bitcoin on Cash App. You might be able to buy it on PayPal soon, or you can now. Then there's E-Trade, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab. I mean, wow, this is a lot to learn. Yes, it is. And guess what? We all need to learn it. We all need to learn it. So anyhow, so let me go back over here for a second. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, I am up looking at AMC stock. Now, I'm not someone who has a lot of money, right? I've gone through some serious financial things recently, but I'm, you know, blessed to be in a place where I could at least look at it. But buying a bunch of stock for me is like, you know, pretty scary. So at 4:42 in the morning, I brave up, and this stock was trading under $5. And in pre-market, right, so only Webull users or any other platforms that allow you to trade after hours, it was gone up to $12.43. So to me that was like, whoa, like it was only $5 and now it's going up to $12.43. But I think I want to get it, you know, I want to buy some, you know, maybe it'll go up. So I buy it. I buy 50, right? As you can see, at 6:12 in the morning, it's dropped, and I'm like, okay, it's dropped, so I've lost money, right? The value of it has lost money. If I sold it, I would have sold at a loss. But I decide I'm gonna buy in more to average down, right? So my average cost before was $12.43. I decided to buy 100 more at $10.20 because that's how much it was selling for, which would then bring my average down a little bit more, right? So it's not $12.43 because now it's 150, and it's, you know, whatever that average down is. It drops more. And so, yeah, so you'll see, as you can see, I kept buying and I kept buying and I kept buying, and this is all very scary for me, you know, but you also have to, you know, the whole thing about scared money doesn't make money, for sure. So I'm just believing, and one of the things that I'll say about AMC is that I actually bought AMC a long time ago because I always believed that the movie theater shouldn't go away. I always loved the AMC. I love like the cool theaters with the lounges, you know, I love overindulging in way too much butter, salty popcorn, and nachos, and mozzarella sticks, my favorite, but the nachos with the jalapenos, yes. Okay, my bill for snacks is usually like $100 at the AMC, and we do the reserved seating, and I don't even really go to the theater that much, but I couldn't see it's challenging for me to see a world without the movie theater. I think it's just a great place. So I actually bought into it before when it was not trading well, because everyone knows that they've been having a lot of issues because of the pandemic, not their fault. But I believed in it. So I did buy it. but I sold it because I was like, oh, it's just not going well. It's going to be so long, you know, so I ended up selling it. So this morning when I'm buying it for $10 and $9 and I don't know what's going to happen, you know, I just felt like, well, one, I think they just secured a ton of money. Like, I can't remember what it is, like 750 million or so, some large amount of money to keep them in business. So that was good news for them. And then also that I just personally believed in AMC. So I felt like, you know, I believe in this company. And that's one of the things that's probably, you know, going to be kind of important for most times when you're trading stocks, is that you believe in it. Because if you believe in it, when you go through those ups and downs, and trust me, there will be them, you won't feel as nervous because you will feel prepared for that. So I kept buying, and I was scared because it was a lot of money. I don't usually invest that much money. I mean, I'm like a $400 person. You know, I'm making small gains right now. Maybe later it'll go up, but I'm, you know, I don't have the kinds of finances to be buying, you know, 30,000 or whatever, you know, but one day very soon. In fact, I'm going to manifest it and look at it right now. But long story short, I ended up doing okay. I did get a little scared. After it went all the way up to $20 a share, and I would have made a lot more money. But I ended up selling because what I wanted to do was I just sold out and then I bought back in, and you know, was going to keep AMC going. But look at here, you'll see that as of right now, which this can change, right? But as of right now, the activity with AMC and getting up early in the morning, etc., is now at a positive 38.92. So that is not a bad day. No. And I promise you, those are not the norm stories, okay? This is a very unusual time frame. So when I posted that on Facebook, it's because it's way unusual. Or at least from my understanding. It might be, maybe it's more common, and I just am, again, kind of a noob, I guess, at stocks. But this was a very, very good, strong day. And it's not over, right? So tomorrow, in fact, I think trading right now, it is after hours. Let me just go on here for a second. Oh, yeah. So it ended at 1990 today. And after hours, it has dropped all the way down to $12. So you can see at any minute, I could have lost money on this. And by tomorrow, if it all like went to hell, then I would have actually lost money instead of made money. So it's still up in the air. But I'm giving this scenario to everybody because one of the things that we all need to understand is that, or at least I feel like we all need to understand, is that we do need to take control of our finances, and we need to learn investing. We need to learn investments, stocks, get a hold of our finances in a way that maybe we've never had before. And we also, at least from my thought process, is we need to have a whole mind shift change regarding money, or at least I did. I'm just speaking from what I needed and talking with everyone, just in case it's something that, you know, you may be thinking too. And what I mean by that is that, so in the past, I had always thought money is not something I cared about too much. It was just like, I don't know. I just didn't think, I was like, yeah, I want to survive, of course, and I want to live comfortably. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, where my next meal is coming from and etc. But I just wasn't really money motivated, you know, and I think the thought of like me having an abundance of money and being able to help people, that would sound nice, that I could have like so much money that I could help people. But to be honest, I don't believe that I thought that that was a possibility, or certainly not something that was easy. And I probably didn't even think about it that much. I was way in survival mode. And so it just didn't cross my mind. And I just didn't know a lot about money. Of course, I've always been very responsible. I've been a single mother to Natalie practically since she was born. and I've always had to work hard and loved working hard, but I didn't have the best relationship with money. It was just, I felt like I was just always going to be someone who had to work really, really, really hard, and that I barely survive, to be honest. And I won't say that I'm out of the clear of that, not by a long shot, but I have done a lot of deep work and spiritual work to work on my relationship with money. And it is a big topic, so we're not going to cover everything, you know, obviously today. I'm sure this is already so long, oh my gosh, but I want to take my time with it because I think it's an important topic, and hopefully if there's anybody that finds this helpful, you know, hopefully it's helpful. But just know that when it comes to money, for me, there was a lot of inner healing and spiritual work that I had to do with myself, and also then educate myself. So it was like a spiritual healing with the relationship with money, spiritual healing with understanding my worth. That was a huge one right there. A spiritual understanding of believing that I can live, that I deserve and can live an abundant life by myself. There was definitely been times in the past where I thought I was going to need to find a mate or someone to have two incomes, or maybe a savior to come and save me or something like that, or that, you know, because I'm not college educated, I would never get too far, and et cetera, et cetera. So there was just so much mental and spiritual healing that I've had to do in the last few years. And again, I plan to share everything that I went through because it was a lot, and if I can help anyone shortcut that, I want to do that. So after that, after all that healing and knowing my worth and starting to get examples of different things that we can all do to make ourselves more abundant, I also had to get into a spiritual place where I was like saying, thinking, and knowing that all of us deserve abundance. I've always felt that for everybody else, but I never really thought about it for me for some reason. But the truth of the matter is, all of us deserve to live an abundant lifestyle. And that doesn't mean like I'm like hanging over here and like someone's feeding me grapes or something like that. No, but I mean comfortable, out of survival, definitely out of survival, and relax and enjoying, contributing and getting energy, which is money, back to us so that we can be our most creative and loving, supportive selves that are helping other people. Because when we are in survival mode, we are not able to call to our true heart, because we want to, you know, donate more. We want to, you know, help at, you know, this event or that charity more, but I gotta pay the bills, you know, and we just can't because we're all in survival mode. And so we have to all understand that we can get out of survival mode, that we deserve to live an abundant lifestyle. And again, abundant could be a tiny home, because that's certainly what it means for me. But abundant where we are relaxed, we are creative, and we can give, and that we believe that we deserve all that life has to offer, and that not only that, but we're going to contribute all that we have to offer, and that everybody can live this lifestyle, and we want it for everyone. I think in the past, a lot of things, I don't know, socially, it almost seemed like there was only a select few people that could live a particular life. And so we always felt, you know, if you were a kind-hearted person, you didn't want to be in that game. You didn't want to fight for something. If there was only a certain amount of, you know, high salaries or people who get it and they got to, that we didn't want to be in that group. We're, no, you guys go ahead, it's okay. No, and that's not true. We all can and should be living in abundance. And the more that we help each other, the more that we can get the whole world. Now, when you think about only the top X% having all of the money, if it was distributed correctly, or if the ones who never thought they could have it start believing in themselves, start giving more value to everybody, and hence money starts flowing, you know, of course the world is going to be a better place. So even for someone who doesn't think that they need a lot of money and etc., like, I would say maybe do the deeper work, because money is a thing right now. Money helps, it's energy, and it brings power with it. And so even if somebody doesn't even need any money, like, maybe you should still make it, because there's so many people who need it. You know, there's so many communities and so many organizations that money is power, because it really is energy. And so we all should be living and contributing in a way that we, you know, get to an abundant lifestyle. Okay. Oh my gosh, what a topic. What a topic. So yeah, so this is a long video. This is going on 30 minutes. So today's video, in short, was me just having this conversation with you, just a little chat about my road with money, and letting you know that, you know, you got to start doing the research. You got to download some of these apps, or start, you know, go on YouTube and search for M1 versus Robinhood versus Webull, and start learning about the different apps. I started just downloading them and signing up for accounts, to be honest with you. But again, you know, my friend Narith, he likes E-Trade, Fidelity, TD, Ameritrade, Charles Schwab. But many people love, you know, M1, Robinhood, Webull. I personally have M1, Robinhood, Webull. I also use the Cash App. I also use Binance, or I have in the past. And I have a Fidelity account, and E-Trade is one that I'm interested in getting, plus probably one and all, because I'm also into technology, so I need to test them all. But you have to start looking. I would not dive in and just start buying a bunch of stuff or anything, but if you can download some of the apps and just start looking at the stats of stocks, you know, because you can go and you can just look up Apple and then start seeing the charts and going, okay, so at this part they started selling it at here, and then at a different time they started selling it more, okay, and then you can just kind of get a feel. But again, I would reach out to Narith or Tracy Shen with the Florin group, and then, you know, with me, I'm probably definitely gonna share more about the stuff with money and how to kind of clear the blockages that we might have with money, our relationship with money, why money and business is actually a spiritual game. I learned that from Tony Robbins, and I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, what? No, you know, but business can't be a spiritual game. I always thought of business as not nice. I always thought it was like greed and corporation, and that was not right. But that's just, I guess, the beliefs that I had, but he made me think otherwise, and I do get it now. Because basically, I'll just tell you really quick, the more that you help people, the more the universe has to help you. So just keep that in your mind, because I think we all do need to be making a lot more money and figuring out how we can contribute to the world so that we can get a more abundant lifestyle. So it's not just about where to invest your money. And I will say this about investing your money. Saving money, like in a savings account, means that you're probably losing money, right? Because think of it, the wealthy are always investing. So their money is always making money for them. It is always working for them, and it's working at an extreme rate, right? Because the more money you have, the faster and easier it is to make a lot of money. So their money is always growing. If your money is staying in savings, it's actually probably losing money by the time you get to inflation, which I don't know that's happening now, but later inflation, like, it's a dying dollar every single day that you don't have. Okay, whoopsies guys, this is my voice. So apparently the camera cut off and I didn't realize. But in short, what I was finishing up here was just saying that, yes, money and savings is dying money. So that's why it's so important for us to be having any and all monies that we have, that we are investing it, along with, you know, some other things. But that was my point there. Okay, I have no idea when it stopped recording. But here's Natalie's rate of return of last year, and as you can see, it is huge, 343.99%, because we invested in or she picked, and with my help too, some stocks that were like some serious growth stocks. And I mean, compared to the S&P 500 getting 18.40%, a 1-year return of 343.99 is a really good job, Natalie. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I don't know what I was saying. I've been up since 4, and when I went to sleep, it was probably like 1:30. No joke, like, you know. But again, if everything works out with AMC, then this is a good day. You know, I'll take the no sleep for such a great payday, right? But yeah, so we need to be not only investing our money and learning about how to invest our money safely and in the way that we want to and have control of it, but we also need to be thinking about how to create more abundance for ourselves. But we also really need it to fit into the really big picture of what do we want our lives to look like? What do we want to feel like every day? What are the things that we want to do every day? How do we want to spend our time? You know, and so that's why really this whole first month of January is heaven on earth planning. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please click here, go to YouTube and search for JLOVES and find the Heaven on Earth playlist, or it'll be in the description below, and watch the videos and do it with us, because we are planning our heavens on earth. We can all have our heaven on earth, and we all deserve it. And finances is a big one. It's probably one of the main ones. I would say in some ways it trumps family. It does, because I'm telling you, you can love your family and they can love you, and if you just live with them, they might get tired of you, or they might not be able to afford you. So getting our finances together and believing in ourselves that we have enough to contribute to the world to deserve the finances to come back is really important. So I am so sorry that this was just such a long video. I am so sorry. I hope this has been an okay chat. I'm a little concerned because this is a little unusual that I'm just talking into the camera. I mean, I've been talking into the camera for all these videos, but this one was just a little different. But because I posted that today, I know that we need to have this talk now, and that we need to have more talks in the future. So please subscribe. Honestly, for me, it's not about, you know, growing a YouTube channel or anything. This is just calls to my heart. You know, if I can become a YouTube star and make $1 billion, yes, you know, stocks for everybody. But trust me, when they say that when you do YouTube or when you create content, you have to be passionate about it, because you might never make money off of it. You might never do anything. And when I tell you it's a lot of work, it's not a lie. It's a lot of work. But when you feel called to contribute and you feel called to share, it doesn't feel like that. You're gonna do it. I'm doing it every day. Every day I'm doing it. And you would do it too every day, because you feel called to it, not because, oh, I wonder if one day I'll make $10 off this video. It's not about that. So, but I do want you to subscribe, like, comment, and share if any of this information or anything that I end up sharing that I love, that maybe you'll love too, is something that you're interested in. If you're interested in it, yes, please, because I want, you know, that's why I'm doing this, is I want to share. You know, again, it's like if you have a bunch of cookies and these are delicious, you want to share that. So I want to share my information when I can. I want to learn from you guys as well. I think we can all learn and grow and love together, support one another, etc., etc. I will end this video and let your poor souls go if you have made it to the end this far. I hope this was like a conversation of a really good friend and a loved one talking to you. We just need to have these conversations about money, and we need to learn. We need to get our budget straight. We need to get our lives straight where we're not spending a bunch of money. We need to really think about how we want to live our lives in a joyful manner, simply, joyfully, abundantly, together, supportive. all of those good things, and may we all get AMC stocks in the future. Okay, yeah, and just YouTube GameStop, if you're interested in what the phenomenon that's going on with GameStop right now, and AMC, and just you gotta start investing in yourself by learning. That's what I had to do. I'm constantly learning, and YouTubers are one of the best ways because they just share so much information. That is all. I'm sorry this took so long. I hope it was helpful for someone. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.